You've seen a number of quarterbacks during your time here at Michigan, I guess. What stands out to you about Bryce?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing from him is just, I think he's been really humble. Obviously how we came into, the program, obviously the money, the 5-star, the #1 rate. I think he's always been grounded and, being a good person. I thought that was the biggest thing that stood out with me with JJ. He's just being a good person, and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the biggest things. And also on the field, how he controls the offense, how he, tempos, and it almost relaxed, not like frantic or anything, and which obviously helps us as well. So I think that's been really, really great.
Go to the left and the front, John.
Offensive lines always take great ownership in protecting the quarterback. Is that intensified any because he's a freshman and you want him to succeed right off the bat?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that we have to do is protect the quarterback. And I know one of my jobs is, just making sure I'm taking a lot off his plate as well. Because, protections, making sure our protections are right. If you have a certain call, checks to a different call, making sure that's right. And just taking things off his plate in that sense. And, obviously protecting the quarterback is one of the biggest things. It's something we've really improved on from last year as well.
Just next to John there, Isaiah.
Last year at this time, you weren't named the starter, but now today you're named the starter outright. How did that experience kind of mold you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long journey for me. I think you guys, some of you guys have seen, and just a lot of ups and downs. But, I think the biggest thing for me is just the mental side of things. Physically, I feel like, that is something I could do it. But mentally, I think there's just a lot of growth, confidence in myself and, positive thoughts and stuff like that. And, it's great to hear, but, I got a lot of big expectations for myself this year. And, just want to, for us to keep winning and me be the reason for that.
All right, same area there, Anthony.
Sharon just said it looks like Brady Norton might be leading at right guard. What have you seen from him in camp, and how is he acclimated as a guy who was an FCS tackle last year?
Yeah, it's interesting with that is because, he came obviously as a tackle, and obviously our coaches, see him playing guard as well, and he kind of transformed his body a bit too because he came in obviously below 300. I was a bit above 300, just a bunch of muscle, put on a lot of muscle mass, and I think he's done a great job at guard. Just being physical, and I think I'm really proud of how he's developed at guard.
All right, Jordan, go to your right here in the back, Sam.
Have you seen the offensive line sort of grow and gel together this year in a way that was different than last year?
I think it's a huge thing for us. I mean, taking a lot of time out of the day, in the summer and in the winter and stuff like that, to hang out with each other. I mean, we hung out all the time. I think that's the biggest things we did. Just even, having Coach Castillo come, we worked a lot as a group together. After workouts, before practice, and that is something that has really helped us out. Just being around each other more.
Go back to the left side towards the back, Alejandro, and then Ryan.
You touched on it a bit about that relationship with a freshman quarterback. Can you speak more snap to snap what that looks like with someone with your experience at center versus an 18-year-old who's seeing a defense for the first time?
Yeah, I think that like I said before, just taking as much as I can off his plate. I mean, he's got a lot going on, pre-snap stuff and obviously post-snap. And I think one of the biggest areas of growth for him was, in the spring, he, I guess, didn't have trouble, but, getting the call and repeating it to us. And every call is long, right? You got to be able to hear it and then say it to us. And I mean, just the areas of growth, that's just one little thing, and he's gotten a lot better at that. And I mean, we haven't had, I think, as an offense, we did very, very good in camp, and we're really happy where we're at.
What are the most noticeable things for you as far as Trey Pierce's development from last year to this year's, and what have you seen from him during camp?
I think Trey Pierce does a really good job at when you initially block him, he does a good job of countering and shedding the block, or I think that's been the really big areas of growth. And obviously our defense is really good, so they twist and move a lot, and I think he does a good job of staying in his gap and able to, like once you stick on him, he does good of shedding off, making a play.
We have time for a few more for Greg before we get Rayshon Benny out here. Greg, we'll go back to your right here in the front. Tony?
You've been a part of national championship teams and then a team that started 5-5. Where does this group going into the season feel like they're at in comparison to some of those?
I would say the biggest guys who have had the most experience, I'd say, on our line is me and Gio, and Link obviously played a lot last year, but obviously comparing to 2023, I mean, we got all those guys were fourth and fifth year guys, and but this year, I mean, we have some younger players, but I mean, like I've said, like in camp, we've really fired off the ball and did a great job because we have a great defense, and I'm really happy where we're at, and I think we're ready to just make a huge impact this year.
So I mean, as a team.
As a team?
Not just.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, I think you got a lot of guys who want to show how great they are, and like I say in camp, I think just speaking as the offense, I think the improvement from spring to now has been huge, and we're just really happy where we're at right now.
Okay, same area there. Zach?
From both spring and the fall, how have you seen Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall just grow both individually but also kind of as a tandem working together?
Obviously, I mean, Justice was new, and Jordan Marshall was, was here last year, and Jordan Marshall had did a great job in Alabama, and Justice Haynes has been new, and I think they've both done a really good job just running downhill, finding the gaps, and just making big plays for us. I mean, like not playing hesitant behind the line and then hitting a hole. Just run downhill, like punching in the mouth football.
All right, one or two more for Greg. We'll stay on the right here in the corner. Aaron?
As someone who's snapping Bryce the ball, how much do you see of him after the play? Forget the play. Do you see his throws? Do you see what he's doing?
Probably shouldn't look back during the play, but I mean, after I mean, when we watch the film, sometimes we're like, oh shoot, like that was a good play, and I think that's when we watch the film, and obviously give him a clean pocket to throw the ball. I mean, he does an amazing job, and really excited to see him play.
In the back left there, Bob, with the last question.
With such a highly touted quarterback, obviously a lot is going to be on you guys, eyes on him, but eyes on the offensive line. Yeah. Do you feel that pressure a little bit? You have to protect the freshman quarterback.
No, because I mean that's our goal every game. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is, but I mean we have high expectations for ourselves. I know for me, like I want to be the best center in the country, and obviously I wasn't named as one of the Remington watch list guys, but that just fires me up. I mean, I'm just ready to have a great season. Just like I know we all are really excited, as a whole line. Like obviously protecting Bryce is a very important thing, but that's the standard in our room, and that's what we're gonna do.